Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with me. This is part of the Mike King Biz Media Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1 every day from 5 to 7. The Choice Gospel 105.3 International Business Growth Radio. That's Saturday, 10 a.m. in the East, as well as CW Richmond TV every Wednesday and Friday at 5 a.m. What we do is we bring the information to you. And so we're coming to you with the power of technology. We're coming back to our good friends at the SBA, that organization that everybody knows now, thanks to Corona and the pandemic. So, John, welcome back to the program.
Thanks, Mike.
All righty. So, John, as I always say, this is a business show. Welcome back, sir. This is an elevator pitch. Tell us who you are and what you guys do.
Well, the SBA, as you know, our mission is to help small businesses grow, start, and succeed. And this month, we're out visiting successful, historically owned Black businesses during Black History Month. And I was invited to come down here to Virginia, and just an extraordinary things going on here. And we're glad to talk a little bit more about that.
All righty, John. So, as I said, welcome to the program. A lot going on down at down that area. So, John, who are you there with? Let us know, folks. You can introduce yourselves, and then we'll take the conversation from there.
Well, Mike, let me just start off. The SBA has started a new partnership with Black fraternities and sororities, commonly known as the Divine Nine. We have a couple of representatives here that would like to introduce themselves. Thanks.
Warren Coward, Zeta Omicron chapter, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
My name is Samuel Jones, and I represent the Gamma Omega chapter of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated here in Hampton.
Right. And of course, we have the business owners here running a great boot camp program and makerspace here. I'd like to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Tawana Golson. My husband Lawrence and I, we are the founders of Make Your Merch and Maximum Create Makerspace here in the historic Triangle area of Virginia. We sit in York County.
And I'm Lawrence Golson, the other head of this partnership, and we're excited to be here to talk a little bit about what we're doing here.
One sec, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a break. Martin, can you guys... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. Proud to have you here with us, so we'd like to thank you for joining us. This is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which it includes On the Mic with Mike King Biz. We are on ESPN Richmond every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice, Gospel 105.3, 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. We've even taken our talents to TV, which is CW Richmond every Wednesday and Friday, 5 a.m. We are here with SBA. Welcome back to the program, John.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me back on.
All right, this is a historic time for SBA. As I always say, this is a business show. So tell us who you are, sir, and what do you guys do?
Well, what we do at SBA is we help businesses start, grow, and succeed. And the reason we came down to Virginia today was to celebrate Black History Month and the success of Black-owned businesses. In addition to that, we have just signed an agreement with a Black fraternity and sorority group called Divine Nine, and I have a couple of members of the Divine Nine here who'd like to introduce themselves.
My name is Warren Coward. I'm from Zeta Omicron chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated in Hampton, Virginia.
You're rather low-key cute, sir. Is it just because you got a suit and tie on, or is it that you're always like that?
What is it? You said low-key.
You're low-key cute. I'm just saying.
Oh, GQ. Good one. I like that.
I was just wondering. All righty, sir. Next up.
My name is Samuel Jones, and I represent the Gamma Omega chapter of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, and we're located in Hampton, Virginia.
All righty. And now we are at the makers already. So all the buzz in the streets talking about what you guys are doing. SBA shows up, so it must be a big deal.
Well, we're honored to have the SBA, as well as the Divine Nine in the building with us. We're excited about just sharing today. I'm Tawana Golson, co-owner with my husband Lawrence of Make Your Merch and Maximum Create a Makerspace.
And I am Lawrence Golson. Thanks for having us on, Mike, by the way, and the other hand, the owner of this, and we're excited to be able to talk about the work we're doing and absolutely what SBA has been doing to support us.
Alrighty, let's talk about the creation of your location. How'd the business come to be about?
Oh my, well, first of all, we run a business educational program, business foundation educational program, in the form of a 2-day, 16-hour, 16-session boot camp. And out of that, we discovered that we had a lot of product designers, hair care, skincare, and other product designers who needed a place to create. Not only need a place to create, but a place to launch their businesses and to scale their businesses to the mainstream. So we started with the makerspace. This is sort of like the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. But our goal is to do small scale manufacturing where we're actually helping our product designers produce more products so we can sell to major chains. And even go global, really, because there's so much opportunity in other countries, especially for hair care and skincare products, natural hair care and skincare products.
When folks come to you, what's something that you kind of see across the board that they seem to be missing that you guys help them with? Like it's a common theme.
Oh my goodness.
When a person starts off with, oh my goodness.
It is a plethora.
It's on now.
No, we're not going down. We're helping them rise up. But just business structure in general. You know, I say, just like my husband and I say most folks that come through the doors are what we call first generational business owners, small business owners. You know, we all have family members, including ourselves, that have side hustles or even one-man shows. You know, the barbers, the lawn care folks, the plumbers, the folks that selling the CDs and stuff out of the car. But very few have ran and operated a operation where they're hiring staff and they're functioning on a bigger scale. So what we do is we have a model we call the winning team model. And what we really believe is if you have those winning team partners on your team, you can be a one-man show, but you can function just like any other Fortune 500 company. So we start off with legal, with the attorney, explaining to our folks the structure of your business, how to structure your business legally. And we find that many people don't even know. Anybody can go to SEC and grab an LLC, but they have no clue about what that means afterwards. You know, so our attorney comes in and break that down. Do you have an operating agreement? Your partnership, you have no operating agreement? You know, you can get in a whole lot of trouble legally between each other if things go sour. So a lot of things that we start off with is just foundational and structural. The other big deal that we see come through the door is money, Mike. Money, Mike. Everybody got issues with money, Mike.
That is true.
Yeah, so we dig into that financial part of their business, just helping them structure their budget, starting with their personal life first, expanding their information. We bring in the financial planners, we bring in the bankers, we bring in the insurance folks, we even try to connect them with investors. You know, everybody can't go to the bank, but there may be an angel investor out there that might want to help to sow into their project. So it's basically the structure and money is two of the biggest areas that we deal with coming in the door.
All right, thank you. So John, so SBA is known far and wide now. You're helping the merch on that side, but you also made a historic arrangement and partnership with the Divine Nine. How did that come about?
Well, you know, the Biden-Harris administration is always looking to expand into markets where we consider underserved. And we started off by simplifying the government contracting for Black-owned businesses. We also pushed what's called our Community Advantage program, which primarily lends to minority-owned businesses. And then we just saw it as the next step, you know, to partner with the Divine Nine. I believe it started in Region 4, my colleague down there, and also in Ted James down in Louisiana. He's another regional administrator who is a member of the Divine Nine. And it was kind of his idea to say, okay, let's get together with the professional Black community and see if we can get the word out about SBA. And we're just kind of starting off, but we have some great plans to continue the partnership and work together. It's all about getting the word out, right? We learned during the pandemic that people didn't know how to access some of our programs. And even though there was money still left in some of the programs, it wasn't accessed because people didn't have the knowledge of how to do that and who to go to. So we hope through the Divine Nine and other organizations that we can get that word out and it won't happen again.
There you go. So thank you. All right. So folks who don't know, the Divine Nine plays a big part in the Black community as far as education, entrepreneurship, and also guiding folks and giving people an idea of the possibilities. So I got to give a shout out to my sister, who is a proud DST. She's a Delta out there, and always want to let folks know that. All right, gentlemen, on the HBCU Divine Nine side, let's talk about what it means. You guys are in the community, both IOTA as well as the Qs are in the community. Talk about why that's so important to your organizations.
Well, I'll tell you this, given that visibility and exposure, we want to be a positive aspect to the up and coming youth. You'll see us do a plethora of things, whether we're out serving the community, handing out food, as well as we're doing the adopted spot cleanups, where we're cleaning up the community, we're picking up trash from the side of the road. It could be a wide variety of things. We need that positive visibility because we want to show, especially us as men, we need to be a good role model to boys. Because I heard this quote said once before, a boy cannot be what he's never seen. If you've heard that before, I think that would apply to the girls just the same. Now, my brother here, he does a whole lot for the community because I'm always, we like to support one another, and I'm always going to his events, and they always provide a positive outlook to the community, especially in the Hampton, basically in the whole 757 area on the peninsula where we run. Yes, sir.
Hey, sir, so the Qs are always active. Let's talk about some of the great things you guys are doing and how that's connected to we can talk about the business community as well.
Well, one of the main things that some of the things that we are doing, but not limited to, we're doing the talent hunt where we actually bring kids in high school to go up there and showcase their talent. We have, these are some of our mandated programs. We have scholarships programs where we focusing on educational excellence. And there's other programs that we actually have out there, but it's important that we actually do that. So, because one of the main things, people are not aware because they don't know. So that's the reason why we try to go up there and bring out these programs so that way they can uplift the community. That's the main thing about the whole being of the, in any type of fraternity or sorority, because they're focusing on, uplifting the community. That's what we always do, and we're just going to continue doing it.
Yeah, we all have a signature service that we try to provide to help build funds to hand out these scholarships. And we do try to support the HBCUs, just as you alluded to earlier. Yeah, because that's a very important aspect, so we can bridge that gap from HBCUs to Black-owned business.
I just have to let you guys know, I went to the very first. We got to shout out to Lincoln. So, so all you guys can just say thank you right now.
Thank you.
So it does make a difference. Mr. Goldston, let's talk about what's next up on the horizon for you guys there. What's the next big thing we can look forward to?
Well, like my wife said, this is the beginning of us moving forward to do small manufacturing. Like my good brothers here in New York, Jameson County, and Williamsburg, I'm the NAACP president. And what we noticed was we started doing ribbon cutting ceremonies to identify businesses, Black and brown businesses that were not recognized or that our locality simply could not find. And it came about because of the pandemic. Like John said, there was monies available and it was not reaching the communities. If nothing else we can learn from the pandemic is, and I always say this, is we may not be in the same boat, but we all were in the same storm. So the goal now is capacity building and collaboration. As you can see right here on your monitor, this is collaboration at its best. You have your divine line, our divine line represented. You have black business owners represented. You have the SBA, and what we're doing is called cross-pollinating, educating one another. Not only on how to access the money, but how to communicate with our communities, because sometimes our needs don't necessarily align with the program. The programs may look good on paper, but did you ever ask us what we really, really need? And I love the fact that the SBA has recognized that, and what they're doing is partnering and collaborating and making sure that we have access to those resources and that it makes sense for our communities. So we're going to continue doing that in a very practical manner and just make sure that we continue to be a valuable resource to our communities and to the nation globally.
Ready, John. So the last time we talked, we're coming through the pandemic. SBA at one point was the most well-known kept secret in the world. Then all of a sudden, the pandemic, you guys became the most popular organization out there. Let's talk about where you guys are now, as opposed to say 6-8 months ago. We know because I know because Martin and Carl are always letting me know what's happening with SBA. But let our listeners know, on the business side, where's SBA now, and how do you guys see things going in the next couple of months?
Well, that's a good question, Mike. Thank you. A few months ago when we spoke last, it was we were still trying to come out of the pandemic relief funds and that whole era, and putting that program in our rearview mirror. Now we've moved forward, and we want to focus on how we deliver our regular programs. We got a lot of exposure. We got a lot of new lenders that started working with us. We don't yet have direct lending, although we tried for that. It just wasn't in the cards for the last congressional session. But so we're still working with lenders in the community and those that didn't know us before the pandemic. And not only the large lenders, but also the small community ones that would work with local businesses and Black and brown-owned businesses. So our goal now is to bring as many of those lenders into the SBA programs and help them understand how that works, and that will help everyone. The more players we have in the program, the more access we can give to capital, more competition we'll have, and we've seen that lending is up. Our regular lending is up from last year, despite the fact that interest rates are up. Our lending is still about 20% ahead of last year, so we're excited about that. The other thing we want to see too is our government contracting. We want to expand that and increase our numbers when it comes to government contracts to minority-owned businesses. One of the things that was done under the Biden-Harris administration is we were able to take that minority-owned business goal and break it down so we could tell how many Asian-owned businesses, how many Black-owned businesses, how many Hispanic-owned businesses receive government contracting. And what that's done is it's sent a signal to our other agencies, our sister agencies, to say, look, you've got to not only meet your minority goals, but you also got to look at the specific minority goals and work with them more to see that happen. Our folks over in the contracting department are telling me we're starting to see more and more of that. So that's good news, and we see that moving forward.
All right, as we get out, Mrs. Golston, let's talk about the women makers that are out there. What do you see? You're on the front lines of making things happen. Talk about, from a female entrepreneur standpoint, what does it look like out there?
Well, what it looks like is, for me, it looks promising. There's been several articles and some research being done on the African-American woman and how we're stepping up in entrepreneurship and business ownership more so than ever. And some of it is, it's because we tired of fighting for positions. So we said we just gonna go do our own thing. And a lot of it is because we're creative as hell. So we are out there and it's promising. But the downside to it is we need a lot of education and we need a lot of access to capital. So that's where we're here to fill in those gaps and to be that springboard, if you will, to organizations and agencies like the SBA, to our financial institutions. Just kind of getting what we try to do is we help them create what we call a business portfolio, their business portfolio, sort of like your resume when you go looking for a job. But for a business, we need to make sure we have things in place before we go and approach lenders and funders. We need to make sure we have our business structure properly, our EIN, our taxes in line, our business plan. And so we try to help them with that portfolio before, so that when they go and present themselves for capital, that they're going with a strong suit. And that's why we bring in those financial partners in, so they can say, and tell them straight up, we're looking for this, we're looking for that, where there's no secret sauce, this is what we're looking for. Don't get mad if you don't come with these things, because we can't say yes legally, but this is what we're looking for. So that's where we're here to fill in that gap and to provide that education for those pieces of the puzzle, and the business puzzle.
Well, congratulations on what you guys are doing. SBA, it's always a pleasure. You guys keep us informed about what's happening on the Divine Nine side. You guys are, killing it. That is the foundation of what we do out here, being successful. Martin Short, we'd like to thank you for connecting us. The Golsons, make sure you guys got to stay in touch now. You guys don't understand how this thing works right here. We talk, we stretch down into that area, and we want to keep abreast of what you guys got going on, because success travels, and we want to let you guys know and let folks know what's happening. So Martin put us in touch to with each other, and we'll just go ahead and make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to On the Mic with Mike. This is Mike King. We're here with the good folks down there with SBA, and we're with some of the folks who are doing some big things down in the 757. It's always great. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Now take care.
Take care, Mike.